everyone, I'm standing here just next to the motorway riding my 790 Adventure R, and there's one thing that has bothered me with this bike since I bought it a couple of months ago, and that is the same thing that I mentioned in the thorough test of the 790 Adventure R, and that is the buffeting and the vibration and everything coming from fairings. So I've been trying now to take off different parts of the fairings, first leaving it on and then changing position and then removing all of it, and also in the end removing the winglets down here to see is there any way of removing this buffeting and making it more pleasant to ride, more comfortable. I'm also fully aware that this is very individual. Some people like low wind pressure and can take high vibration, others prefer low wind vibration and high wind pressure, and it can be different regarding which sort of helmet you have and your general preferences, how tall you are, of course. But I will make a test based on me, how what I like and what I don't like. So let's go and see what works best. So now I am cruising at 120 kilometers per hour roundabout, and the fairings are all in the standard position. This is on the lower position, and I have all the winglets and everything else mounted, and I feel now when I went about doing a test here, I had another helmet, and then the vibrations and stuff irritated me like hell. Now I have a new helmet and the vibrations are much less pronounced, but I still feel them. And like vibration and noise, not helmet buffeting in the way that the helmet moves back and forth, but it's a sort of light vibration that creates a noise. The pressure on the chest from the wind is it's not much to speak about. I get the wind about here where my helmet is, and generally it works now quite well, actually much better than with my last helmet, which is strange, but that is the case. And here is a look in the low position of the front fairing. Looks better than the high to me. So I stopped along the motorway, and I will now change the position of this. The front fairing, it has two positions. I had it in the low position right now, and now I'm going to put it in the high one and see how that affects the wind protection for me. It's quite easy. You need the tools, of course, but it's done within a couple of seconds. Okay, let's try this. So this is what the bike looks like in the high position. Okay, let's take her up to the same speed. Now it's about 120. I get more vibration here. It's not really blurring my field of vision, but it's more pronounced now. Slightly less pressure on the chest, but pressure on the chest was not a problem for me anyway. I think this is I prefer the lower position of the fairing to this one, but only just, not a major difference, but for me that is the case. And now I will try it without the front fairing. I'll take it away entirely. You feel immediately that there is more wind pressure than before, but the wind is cleaner. I can imagine that there are some people who think that this wind pressure is disturbing them, but for me, I prefer this to the vibrations and the turbulence. There is zero turbulence for me now. And the strange thing is that with my other helmet that I have, I get quite heavy turbulences here as well, with this with the fairing removed, and I lose the turbulence only then when I remove these small winglets that are under the this headlight assembly. but in this case those does not give me any big problems really. So there is more wind, but I prefer this. It's clean wind, no vibration. And now we will remove the winglets, these, and see what that has, what kind of effect that has. Okay, now I also removed the winglets, and we're accelerating up to 120-ish. And it's pretty similar, but the air is even cleaner than before. Maybe there's slightly more air coming up from under here, from under the chin, but I actually find these the best solution, to just remove everything. I like it the best, but I have full respect for this. It's very personal, it depends on your own preferences, on wind pressure versus turbulence, the look of the bike of course, and how tall you are, helmet type and everything. But for me, I think this works the best. I can find out, by the way, that I tend to cruise at higher speeds with this solution than with the other solutions. When I have the fairing on, I tend to glide down to 110, whereas here I think 130 is okay. So for me, the thing that works best is just to remove everything, take it all away. The bike without the winglets.